Brian Powell of Vibram Tarawera here with Sage Canaday after his great win here at the 2013 Vibram Tarawera Ultramarathon. How'd it go out there, Sage?
Oh, it was a really challenging course. Toughest 100K I've run, so I was kind of lucky to pull off the win. It was really hurting the last 20K.
Yeah, I saw you out on the course and you asked how it was and you were like, way more technical than I expected.
Yeah.
Tell us a little about that. What's the trail, a single track out like?
Oh, I mean, it was beautiful. You had all these lakes you're running around, and but there were all these roots because you're like running through the jungle, but there's all these tree roots, and so I'm hopping over those. And I think I kind of have a longer stride, and just being a road runner, I mean, it was technical for me. Some people probably wouldn't say it was technical, but I thought, I mean, I ran a lot slower than like Bandera, so it was definitely really challenging. Lots of little ups and downs, and it definitely, I probably went too hard in the middle, and then it kind of came back and to bite me a little bit, but yeah. I was lucky to hold on.
Early in the race, it seemed like any man's game. Like everybody was going out. You weren't in the lead. Greg Volet went out. Brendan Davies went out. Tell us a little about the first 30K.
Yeah, I think Greg was running the 60K.
He ended up running the 60K.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so yeah, Brendan was up there. Vagin was up there. Timothy Olsen was a little back, but we were running pretty fast early on. I think the early part of the course is a little bit easier because you even have a couple kilometers on the road. But you know, I didn't want to get lost. We started in the dark a little, so I had my headlamp. And I kind of waited to about 12.5 miles to really make my move on the uphill on that gravel road, and I probably just moved way too hard, but that's when I took the lead at 100K first, and I passed Greg there too. And then I probably just went too hard, and I tried to open up a gap, and I did.
You did. I saw you at 45K, or I think it was. Yeah, because for the out and back, 55K. And you were like, you asked how long it had been, and you said 10, or I said 10 minutes at the previous aid station, the 45,
I was
44,
like,
and you, what?
Yeah, I was surprised, but yeah, I probably went too hard there.
Yeah, and you had a 20-plus minute lead. What happened those last 30K?
Yeah, I had 20 minutes, I guess, at one point. I knew that, so that was helpful. And I had, that was a little over 50 miles, I think, into the race.
Yeah.
But we still had a lot of climbing left, which usually I like. And I was able to run the uphills, but it was actually the downhills that really got to me. My quads just weren't ready for the pounding, and I think I was getting dehydrated. There's a good stretch of 11 miles there without an aid station, and I should have been on top of that more, but it was mainly I went too hard in the middle, and it was catching up with me. So I was walking on the downhills, and I was looking over my shoulder. But
did you ever think that would happen to you as a runner, that you'd be walking downhill?
Oh yeah, I mean, any minute you could just cramp up, and it's like game over. And my stomach actually felt a little iffy after that aid station, so I was just trying to force gels down, and it was getting pretty messy. And I was worried, but I didn't know Tim was closing that close, because you don't get any feedback when you're out with no aid station. And he finished really strong, and it's a good thing the race wasn't 2 kilometers longer.
Any takeaway lessons from this race?
I need to work on my technical running skills on trails, I'd say, and also probably work on pacing myself a little better and not getting carried away in the middle of the race and going too hard. So that's the main takeaway. Probably do longer long runs to get some more strength.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations on a great win.
Thank you,
Sage.
And appreciate it. Yeah.
Take care. One quick bonus question for you here, Sage. What are you doing the rest of your time here in New Zealand?
We're gonna stay here for another day around the lakes, and then since my parents came down, we have a rental car. We're probably gonna go up north of Auckland and hit up some of the beautiful beaches here. And I wish I had time to go down to the South Island too, like you did, but
sorry,
not this trip. Maybe next time. Hopefully.
Are you gonna come back and defend your?
I'd love to. That would be great.
Scott, get this guy back over here.
Yeah, Scott Sports. Sweet.